Early this morning, Keke Palmer tweeted out about EBTs, saying that perhaps they should be used for healthy foods. And because of this, she got all sorts of pushback, even though I think I agree with her and there wasn't really anything wrong in what she said. This is the tweet in question. Imagine if your EBT card could only work on healthy items. And because of this very simple tweet, she got all sorts of pushback and criticism. As this article from Newsweek points out, EBT is Electronics Benefits Transfer, and it's related to the Nutritional Assistance Program, or SNAP, probably better known as food stamps. They argue that Palmer's post seems to imply people using such assistance aren't making the best choices when filling up their grocery carts. Now, I actually agree with that, even though it's putting a negative spin on this tweet. So if we look at what you can use EBT on, it's not really limited that dramatically. This here says specifically that you can use food assistance to buy all types of foods that are sold to be eaten at home, including snack foods, candy, ice, non-alcoholic beverages, soft drinks, and their bottle deposits. So there's a number of things there, but I want to focus on soda, because that is one that, at least for me, generally comes up when I think about EBT and healthy options. You can buy soda using EBT. Now, maybe you think that's okay. I personally don't really agree with that, for a number of reasons. First, let's look at the fact that in the United States, we drink way too much soda overall. This Gallup poll found that nearly half of Americans drink soda on a daily basis. And there were a small percentage of people, about 7%, who drink 4 or more glasses of soda every day. Which I don't know why they called it a glass as opposed to a can, but that's what it said. Specifically though, soda is much more popular with young, non-white, low-income individuals. Now, there's a lot going on in this table, so bear with me. We're going to focus on the very last 3 lines. What you see there is, if you look at the highlighted numbers, the percentage of people who don't drink soda at all increases as income increases as well. What we can see here is that below $30,000 of income, only 36% of people don't drink soda. That means that 64% still do. In these higher income brackets, 51% drink soda, compared to 64% in the lower income brackets. But if we look specifically at families that receive food assistance from the government, 76% of low-income children regularly drink sugar-sweetened beverages. Now, this is not just soda. It includes soda, sports drinks, and juice. As a matter of fact, we see that over the past few years, soda consumption has declined, as has fruit drink consumption. But at the same time, consumption of sports energy drinks and low-calorie, sugar-sweetened beverages have increased. But all of that is beside the point. Let's just focus on the main headline here. 3/4 of all low-income children drink sugary, sweetened beverages on a daily basis. Those are families who are very likely using government assistance to buy soda or sports drinks, something that they should not be able to do. Now, I'm not going to say that poor people can't drink soda. They can do it if they want. But if the government is the one paying for it, then maybe they shouldn't be paying for things like soda. If you really want soda and you're poor, you can probably scrounge out $1 to buy a generic liter of soda. I think you can manage that. If you can't, then you probably can't afford the additional health costs that would come from drinking soda on a constant basis. Now, I'm not making fun of poor people. I am a poor person. We're below the $30,000 income right now, and it kind of sucks. But you know how often I drink soda? Very rarely. Because I don't want to waste money, and I know it's not healthy for me anyway. This is also coming from someone who grew up using EBT in my family. We had to rely on that essentially to live, and we didn't get soda on a frequent basis. Occasionally, sure, but not all the time. So if EBT were to change and not allow something like soda, well, I'd be fine with that. Let's have healthier alternatives. Let's just drink water. There are a number of other things you can do. You don't need soda. And it frustrates me when someone like Keke Palmer says this and they're accusing her of coming from a place of privilege. If the privilege they're talking about is the government not paying for your soda, then sure. I guess I'm privileged because the government does not buy my soda. But everyone should be privileged in that same way. It's not that big a deal. Now, I realize that soda is one very specific instance that hopefully we can all agree on. When it comes to what else is healthy and what's not, well, it's a little bit of a gray area in some instances. But the bottom line is, if the government is the one providing for that benefit, the government should be the one who can decide what the benefit is. I don't see why that's controversial. If the government says you shouldn't drink soda because, as we already saw, lower income people do make worse decisions when it comes to buying soda, then perhaps that's okay. And maybe Keke Palmer was onto something here, and we should give her a break. This is just something that I'm passionate about. As a fiscal conservative, I don't like the government paying for all of these things that certainly are not necessary, and more importantly, aren't healthy. But those are just my thoughts here. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think Keke Palmer is right, or do you think it was insensitive what she said? Make sure you share, like, and subscribe to my channel. As always, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.